tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Wednesday, December 14th, 2022. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. This is the last recap Wednesday before the biggest weekend in bodybuilding. So, without further ado, let's get right into it with a recap from last weekend's Heart of Texas Pro. Starting with the bikini division. The honors here went to Phoebe Hagen, who looks like she'll be ready to hit the ground running in a few days. In the runner-up position, we had Daraja Hill, who also looks pretty close to where she needs to be at the moment. And sliding into third with a strong showing, we had Jessica Wilson. In the men's physique division, the big headline came from Corey Morris, who really looked good here on the way to collecting his second win of the season. Sliding into second, we had a lights-out version of Javier Mullings. And rounding out a really strong top three group, especially for this time of year, we had another familiar face in Ben Margini. Instead of filling out the rest of the day with clickbait stuff or trying to make predictions, we have a few headlines for you about some last-minute scratches heading into the Olympia weekend, starting with Hassan Mustafa, who might have been the biggest shocker in the entire group. Hassan announced a few days ago that he was pulling out of the Olympia for health reasons, which he talked about at length during a video he released on his YouTube channel. This one is a heartbreaker if you're a Hassan fan, because him coming into his own has been one of the most inspiring stories of the 2022 year. Hopefully with a little bit of R&R, he can get himself back to where he needs to be to start his 2023 campaign off strong, so he can pick right back up where he left off. About a week and a half ago, the men's physique division got a jolt after Sadiq Hadzovic announced that he was officially withdrawing himself from competing at this year's Olympia. Although initially Sadiq didn't come out and give any specific reasons for the decision, a few days later he did end up releasing a statement that essentially boiled down to him not feeling quite right and dealing with health issues of his own for the better part of the last few weeks. Now I know that sometimes in these situations there's some frustration to be had because people want to see their favorite athlete compete more than just once or twice a year. But given all the recent tragedies that we've had over the last 18 months, I think you'd have to be crazy not to take some of that stuff into account when you think about someone's decision to compete or pull out of a show. No trophy is worth paying the ultimate price. And at the end of the day, we should probably be applauding these guys for doing the right thing instead of encouraging them to push themselves to the brink of death for the sake of entertainment. Now, on a lighter note, we also won't be seeing Bayraz Tabani compete on this open stage this weekend either. But thankfully, this is not due to a health issue. Unfortunately for Bayraz, he found himself in the same position that Hadi Choopan has on a handful of occasions, in the sense that he wasn't able to travel because he couldn't get his visa issue cleared up in time in order to make the trip. To be completely honest, I'm not sure if I heard anyone talking about Bayraz as a potential threat to crack the top 10 this year, but I'd be willing to bet that we would have heard those conversations about Brett Wilkin had he been able to clinch a spot for 2022. And given that Bayraz beat Brett in Romania to secure his spot here, I do think his absence will rob the fans of a chance to see how good this guy is when he's compared to other elite competitors in the class. At this point, there hasn't been any official word from Bayraz or his team about what might be next for him in 2023. And maybe that's because they're still not even sure at this point, but we'll find out soon enough. Whenever he does decide to touch down, he'll be coming in with a target on his back, because there's no way he's sneaking up on anyone now that he's managed to land on their radar. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.